Hello, and welcome. This is Jolene with the Jewel Design, and we're back today. But we've gone Christmas. Bouncing back and forth between the holidays is a little crazy, that is for sure. Past couple videos we've been doing the colorful pumpkin, or what I'm going to call the pumpkin everything, envelope pocket page journal. That I will show you guys off tomorrow. There'll be an evening edition of hopefully 2 journals. The Everything Pumpkin, as I'm calling it. Not the, Everything Pumpkin Spice, because, But Everything Pumpkin envelope journal. It is done. The cover, the glitter, added some coffee dyed, or actually, I think they're Kool-Aid dyed pages. Got everything decorated. It's done. So I can't wait to show you guys that tomorrow. And then I'm hoping I have 12 more pieces of ephemera, maybe 13. I think a baker's dozen, ephemera away decorating from finishing the altered book. So that is my goal after this video, is to just hunker down. I designed all day yesterday, but crafted all day yesterday just to get the autumn book done. But anyway, I'm hoping tomorrow night I'm showing you off 2 new journals that'll be for sale, the altered book and the Everything Pumpkin. But today we have to work on something, right? So we're gonna return back to Joey Card Maker's Yuletide and something else. These were Christmas kits from last year. He had 2 of them. They were gorgeous. He had freebie papers to go with them. I bought one of the kits and of course took all the freebies, and we started creating, a month, 2 months ago, I don't know. These cute little folios, right? That were just going to hold a bunch of ephemera. So he had papers that pertain to more of a minty, green and pinky peach color, which I loved. Right, so I made some adjustments, but to one of his papers so that I could have it in the background. But we took all his pockets, his envelopes, whatever, and we went ahead and started decorating. So little journal cards. These are our index cards, nice thin index cards that we have in colors that are through and through. You get like 48 different colors. They're really great. They're beautiful muted pastel colors. And so we went ahead and made this. We used the pockets, we used the papers, he uses journal cards and even made them bigger, file folders. We used, we used a number of our different, which we'll do again today. We have date due, I think under this one. It's hard to tell, because I decorated it. Yeah, date due. I'm not sure, the date their things are due. I think due date, but I guess it's more pregnancy. But the date things are due library cards, which we fashioned off of Lorette at Vintage Paper Girl. She showed a great way to use them in her folios as side pockets or side tucks. So we did that, so I could make that big tuck, and then I used papers, of course, to make 2 more pockets on it. Index cards, you fold it up, you got that going. I took one of Joey's envelopes and just sort of cut it apart and relayered it. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, that's right. And used we used another library card and covered it up, made a pocket out of it. I love this little guy. It's actually 2 of them side by side, and I just folded it because I backed everything. And so we got this cute little turkey in the village. We have a little cute little tag, little boy on it with Winter Wonderland, right? All fits inside a pocket. So all I have left, I have this cute tag. I'm not sure why I put it in here because I don't remember anymore. Maybe I thought of it's really blue though. Maybe to pull the blue over there. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know why I did that one, but it's been a while. So anyway, he needs to be decorated with the leftover. I wanted to find a way to add this sort of snowflakey floral page edge lace that we have. I love it. It has a little bit of that snowflakey dotted feel to it. It's sort of, I know it's floral. It's polka dotted, or not. It's not dotted. Mini dangles. It looks like snowflakes. It's floral. It's a great edge piece, so it hangs on both ends. It's one of my favorites. We used it on the front here, so I definitely want the snowflakey bunny. I want to, use it at the top. I saw his, I think this is too red. I saw his scarf, and I thought, I wonder. But yeah, that's to see if I could tweak it in there, but it has really red. Yeah, no, let's not do that. I was like, ooh, no. So I'm trying. No, that's sort of, his reds are not quite red. they're brick, they're burgundy, they're whatever. So these guys are not, yeah, really bright. Thought maybe there was a cute bow I could sort of add it to his scarf, but those are really bright compared to everything else. Though this is blue and green, well, that would definitely stand out. But maybe more on top. If I wanted to pull the blues and greens everywhere to the top, maybe we'll do that. Okay. Oh, you don't know until you try. But anyway, we have these cute little mini ones. I thought we were buying our usual like 1.5 inch size ones. They came, I didn't catch the size, and they're like 1 inch. They're absolutely adorable. We've got this lovely set in the shop for, you know, for your Christmas, holiday, whatever, decor. Which is really cute, but I don't remember what I was going to do with it. And now I'm like going, that's not going to work. Hey, love that. You come back and you go, I don't know why I had that. So this is a little far-fetched. I just realized it's very dark, but I wanted that contrast to a point also. So, well, I'm thinking about it. I feel like I should just do it. Yeah, so, you know, we have a little bit. We had to stretch it somehow. Some things make perfect sense and some do not, right? So today we are not working on this one per se, because it's really almost done. I mean, I could keep adding to it, I guess. They're just the simple, cute little folios. You could glue them down if you wanted into a journal. If you had a taller, skinny journal, or a larger, because I know these are pretty good height. They are not little in height, so I don't know if they would fit in a journal. Most journals are 9x6, so you know the cover makes it like a 9-inch journal, but in height. But that doesn't always guarantee that it'll fit anywhere else. Got a big old glob here, so that'll be perfect. Yeah, a little far-fetched, but it's going to help bring some of the blue, I guess, from things. Hey, we can be a little eclectic. Where did that top go? Oh, there it is. We can be a little eclectic on occasion, right? Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, so hold on. I had a thought process, and that I'm going to put aside. I'll show that off tomorrow with my reasoning why I was showing that off. But, okay, so there we go. So anyway, here is that possibility. This one is probably done. I mean, I have this little guy that probably needs to be something, but I folded it and put it in here so you could see that there was a pocket, which I see is having issues. Oh, yeah, it is coming undone every time I turn around. I love that when you think it's in. I think we had problems to begin with, and I think... I don't know what's up with my thing today. It's the heat, I think. It's the back and forth. It's been warm out here, but I was out here, I was out here crafting all day yesterday, getting that Everything Pumpkin journal done. I just wanted it done so I could show it off. Yeah, so hey, all right, we'll do that. Okay, there we go. Okay, hold on. So anyway, that could be decorated a little bit. That probably is the only thing left where I could do a little something to see what I have left over. And maybe like on the front as like a little notebook card, we can, you know, put a fussy cut or something here. He has some cards and stuff left over, but maybe I cut the antlers out just right and make it fit. Or, oh, she almost fits. She actually fits nicely. Oh, she'd be cute. It's gonna be one of those days, guys. Sorry. I'm like, I know. I mean, as it is, I'm looking at this, you know, my next project, the next one, going, well, what was the idea? I was looking at the one that's burgundy, the burgundy cranberry, and I'm like, oh, I know I had ideas for this, and I'm hoping I will remember them as we go along. Isn't that sad? You had all these great memories, and you put it aside to work on the next project, and only to find out you won't remember. Oh, that's cute. There we go. That'll work. Something simple and easy. Now, this wasn't my intention to work on this one. But hey, you do what you have to do. You go with the flow when you have to, right? I think I need to clean out my top. I know I put the whole, I mean, I've been punching through it and all that, and I cleaned out the bottom part of it, but doesn't mean it's doing its job. So anyway, we're working on Father's Day. It is working on Christmas. I know some people are working on, you know, they're like 50-day challenge, I think, is Amy. I think it's Christmas based. I know Lorette was working on her version of it. I don't remember if it was Christmas or not. Either one of them. I'm so sorry. I'm out of the loop. But there's 50-day challenges going on. There are journals being made. I know some schedules are really tight, and we know if we don't get it done now, we're not going to get into the Christmas season. We want them made and up for sale for people to enjoy or give away or whatever. So there's that. And as we go going along, if I find other scraps and things, you know, we can decorate edges and whatnot. But at least now our pretty green index card, easy to write on, even on the back, but it has some work. And oh, you know what? I can't help myself. Let's see. We at least round the outer corners. That'll work. I wish I had done that to that, but you know, at least makes it really smooth to put in and out, I hope. There we go, much better. So we can sort of see her peeking out. Ta-da! So yeah, it's just these folios that have 2 to 3 sides inside, worked on, designed, covered, you know. I don't have anything on the outside of these yet, which that's probably the only other thing we could have done would be one more side here or here. You can cover all 3, leaving that panel smooth, so it makes it easy. I don't remember, I either did this on camera or I did this as a short. When we decorated the front, you do see the top. Gives it a little extra oomph. We did our best to try to hide the fact that this was not perfectly cut straight. And I put the pink to sort of pull from the this peachy pink color, hoping it would help, right? For the ordeal. So there we go. That is not turned correctly, but you will decide how you want to keep it closed. But the inspiration to this, for these, was this lady. This is Dashing Through Winter. I did, oops, although it looked like it went. Oh, that actually would sort of be cute right there, wouldn't it? Actually, the red and white one. I mean, this was done, but it was like, oh, that's sort of, don't I have a red, white, I don't have a red and white, pure red and white. Well, that is, I think, the pure red and white one. Thought there was a red and white checkered, but who knows, this is what I had left. Actually, that's really cute. I'm like, I really like that. I'm just putting it up there. Okay, anyway, this is a flip-flop type of folio thing that I just sort of concocted probably close to 3 years ago. The digital is 3 years old, but still sitting in my digital shop. It's Dashing Through Winter. It was my last sort of hurrah. It wasn't so much Christmas, but it was late into November, early December that I created it. 3 years ago, and this last bit, Dashing Through Winter, where it does, when we were doing a lot of flip-flops that year. So a piece of paper I created that goes all the way across a press board, which is a very long, press board, that fit the paper, did its thing. I did an elastic tie-in, did a cute little random, fold and tuck type ordeal here, where you could just keep opening up pages. Like you open that up and there's 2 more journal cards in it. Utilizing what was there, little tuck, right? Cuteness. And even, double covered this one. Luckily, I think the cover is 2 pages set back to back. So I could put, decorated that one, and this one I just flipped out and took some more journal cards, glued them down as pockets, and stuffed them with what was left over, which is adorable because we have all these cute faces sticking out and peeking out at you, right? But when you close it, you flip it back over, and we have both this. It's an envelope with all kinds of journal cards in it. And you open it up, and there's a tuck and more pockets. It's a pocket. It's my, I think, a diagonal pocket, a square pocket, and my double pocket, like all put together. So I have like 4 or 5 pockets here, all stuffed with more goodies. But the idea of the pockets or the flips, the inserts, things like that was sort of what I was hoping to go for. Was what was sort of the inspiration to these folios. But, now as you think about things, I don't know if a lot of you might be new, a lot of you are old, not old, sorry, seasoned, seasoned crafters. And sometimes we forget, since it started out as a junk journal thing, it was grabbing all the things that we had when we were using them, grabbing things out of our office supplies, grabbing things out of our everything supply, right? Whether it be for crafting, whether it be for holiday design, whether it be for, decor, whatever it is, but we pulled from our things. We forget about napkins. We gather them like crazy every season. I mean, we find cute Christmas ones. I have fall up the wazoo, which I'll show you on Friday, that they can be used for so many things. And so we did create we created 2 sets, actually. This is volume 2. We had a couple volumes of Christmas napkins. You get poinsettias, you get snowmen, you get Santas. They're different sizes. Most of these open up. Sometimes it's 4 squares or 2 squares with a color behind it. And this is great for Mod Podging or decoupaging. covers, file folders, anything you do. So instead of doing paper, you could use Mod Podge or any glue that you like. You can slightly water it down, makes it a little easier with a tissue. Does make paper though a little more complicated, but or you can just use Mod Podge straight on, which I was doing it earlier with tissue paper, trying to cover for our everything pumpkin. You can use napkins from anywhere. You can fussy cut them like any other piece of paper. You can layer them up with Mod Podge and other glues to cover and create, to create covers, to create focal points. But, I think we forget about them sometimes. We collect them. We have hordes of them in our stashes. If you don't throw parties or you're always the guest, not the hostess, you may not have as many. But we occasionally do have a number of napkin sets in our store. We have Christmas, we have a couple fall, and then we have everyday ones. We have florals, we have birds, we have like the 1950s sort of cheeky sayings, which again, you fussy cut, you make them your focal point to a great journal cover. And napkins are used just no differently than tissue paper and paper and tracing paper and vellum, and never don't forget, if you have a hoard of them, pull them out. If you don't, like I said, we have Christmas and we do have fall, and I'll show you what my thought process would have been if I didn't do what I had done. Our fall kit, we have about 2 of them, there's quite a few in there, would have been a great alternative if I hadn't used my fabric. So we do have a number of napkin decoupage sets in the shop. So I know I've talked a lot, didn't do a lot of crafting, and I'm like, what, 16 minutes in? Well, I did a little crafting. I didn't say I haven't done any crafting, but hey, crafting, sales, whatever. We do it all, right? We have to. Have to. So just in case you're brand new, and I definitely have some new subscribers and you're watching, and I didn't mention in the last video, this is us, Design Journals and Supply, me and my mother, Lorette, a vintage paper girl. We have the Design Journal N, as in the letter supply.etsy.com. That is things like the napkins, laces, trims, file folders, book, library cards, index cards. I don't know, there's 168 items. Plus there's handmade, and in that 168 there are handmade items. Usually my handmade items, Lorette has a few of her own in there, but only a few. More times than not, they sell right off her YouTube channel. And if she gets them into the shop, they don't last long. So look under her Vintage Paper Girl category. There's the design, I think it's DJNS is the handmade items, which are things that I've made. But there are a number, and I mean a number of products for you to help you get what you need without having to buy bulk and try out something new. And when I mention digitals, like the Dashing Through Winter, or like my colorful pumpkins, it is on the Jeweled Design. As you hear me say, welcome, this is Joanne with the Jeweled Design. That is me as the design side, the graphic side. These are all glares, so I'm trying to get there. But a Jeweled Design, I guess take a screenshot and hope it clears up. I'm seeing it at an angle. But a jeweleddesign.etsy.com is the digital site, and occasionally when necessary or needed, when I will print a kit for you on demand. If you absolutely cannot print and don't mind a one-off, I will print journal kits that I've created for you, I will print for you and ship them to you here in the U.S. when you are not able to print them yourself, because I know sometimes that is, just not feasible. So you have what you have at the house. So if you don't have it in the house, you don't get to use it. So totally get it. So anyway, that is that. Done my spiel. As I mentioned, the shops, there you go. Now you know what I'm talking about. The descriptions and the links are all down below, and anything specific I used today or any of my videos, I've been trying to start, like the file folders and certain laces, index cards, bookmarks, whatever we're using. I've been starting to link them in the description down below. So if you want a direct link to an item, otherwise just hit the link for the shop and have a peek. Go do little window shopping. You never know what you're going to come across. I do love this, though. I love this for winter. I can't wait if I do a winter kit. Winter kit. Well, I have my pink shabby one that this might work with, but if I find out, and I decide to pull any of my blue ones out, I think this would work as a snowflakey one, too. So if you love blue and snowflake, or Christmas and snowflake, this might be a really great edge trim to have in your collection. I'll link this one today, since it's my featured one, right? I love it. It's one of I got 2 of them. We got a Delicate Bridal, and then we have this one. And it's a mini dangle, something or other that I called it. And I just love it. I'm in love with it. Okay, done. Okay. Sorry, I get caught up. Anyway, I want to work on the front cover today, and then we'll start working on the inside. Inside's pretty simple, and or you know, makes sense. We have a large pocket. We have a large side pocket, which I'm trying to decide maybe this way so everything stays inside. It's a little big, so we will cut it, and I may cut it and turn it around to make it another tiny little pocket, like a little side pocket. So we have that one. We have him, who's absolutely adorable. Now, whether I make him stand alone, I do not know. He might be alone in the middle. Joey made these adorable gusseted, pocketed, hidden journal card type pocket things. You cut out the hole and you tuck it in, and you realize it looks like one piece. You pull it out, and there's actually a journal card there. And of course, I backed it. So there's that. Which I will bring him up a little bit, and then maybe put another pocket underneath him. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. We'll have to decide if we're going to put another pocket on that one. And then we might continue on with what we've been doing, and this will be another side tuck pocket, but I don't have anything to put in it. I had a lot of silly pieces, like all these things to decorate with, right? I have all this green stuff to decorate with. Pretty colors, beautiful things, but nothing to put in them. So this one actually might require some ephemera to be made. I may have to go back through his kit and see what I can tuck inside it, because everything I have, like, he's pretty, but he's too wide, even for this one. So I'd have to trim a lot of him out to get him to fit in there, but he is in pretty colors to do so. The other one is a very large doggy, but he's sort of blue. He's dark blue and whatnot. So I mean, I guess we could get, I mean, I have to do something. So we're going to have to make, I'm going to have to go back and look and make some ephemera, I think, for this one. I mean, I have journal cards, and she had, you know, I have this cute little file folder and things to sort of decor with. Things to cluster with and all that. I have things to decorate with. I don't have things to actually decorate. So isn't that interesting? Except for the cover. Except for these. So could cut this accordingly, put it down below. I see it's a gusset. I have to gusset enough. I mean, make it a little smaller so he slides in nicely, but he doesn't overdo it. And then we could put just the smallest right below pocket, because I do have a few, you know, little things that we can tuck into it. That and some of the scraps for that. I am definitely looking at papers right now and seeing what I have left over, what flower, what greenery, what whatever. Let's see. Oh, I have more stuff. Got more stuff. Oh, handmade by. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love all of her. That's the stamp-like cutouts you see here, which I have a number of them, is from Celeste at Woodland Inspired. She does these cute little sheets with the die cut, I think it's a die cut, stamp die cut, so that you get that postage stamp type feel. Out of your papers, you pull them apart, and they make that great layering technique. I have a number of her things, but I had pulled some of these colors, of course, for this to help decorate with. I have this one too. Now this one might make for really nice continuous, even though it's a little dark. We could trim this off, and we could maybe make a, how we go here? I think they're both on the same side, huh? Shoot. I was like, to be a double side pocket, which is not a bad thing either. We could do two triangles this way to tuck something into on both sides. That might work. That might be cute. Can we go upward? Because up tucks are great if you're really tight with the pocket and you have slightly thicker things that you're tucking in, but they have a chance of falling out. So I think we're going to deco cut or even tear a little bit. We'll do it this way, and we'll get two of those there. Okay, and then the red there. So definitely bringing some red into this one, because some darker feels, even though this is very light, and I did try to darken it up and tint it a little bit. It's not as dark as this one. So at the front cover too. So, you know, I think we'll work on the inside first because the front cover is going to get slightly, I wouldn't say bulky, but there is a little bit of weight to, no, not weight, dimension to it. And so I don't want to squish it too badly before we even get started, right? All right, then we're going inside, ladies and gentlemen. We're creating our pockets today. We are creating pockets and layers in our little ephemera holder folio. Most everything we do these days, I swear, is pretty much an ephemera holder. It's something to put pretties in that you can make little notes on, little memories on it. Don't feel like you have to write a whole page, but, you know, we do try more times not to add some kind of journaling aspect to it, where there's some kind of journal. I mean, even in the Everything Pumpkin project, I've been calling it Colorful Pumpkin in the videos, which it is, but I think to sell it, I mean, I'll list it as Everything Pumpkin. This is just a lot of pumpkin in it. I mean, it's just all about pumpkins. The digital, the work, so, I don't even know where my thought process went with that one. Oh well. Shoot, I did lose. I completely lost my thought process on that one. What was I talking about? Ooh, apparently not enough sleep. I'm like, wow, I had a thought and I totally lost that thought. Oh, ephemera holders. That's it. Oh, jeez. Wow. That derailed terribly. Not too usually. That usually doesn't happen that often, but... So I'm not sure how far in to go, if I want it to mold or if I want it to go outside. I think I'm going to let it go outside the line so it has its own dimension. And we just have to figure out where that line is. It's right there. Okay. I'm going to... but yeah, you know, it's huge pockets. It has, you know, the pages are pockets themselves. We put more pockets on the back side of each envelope page. So that, you know, the page is an envelope that becomes a huge pocket that has huge journal cards in it. Then you flip to the back side of each page, and it has its own set of pockets to, you know, to continue on with. I'm gonna probably cut this off and reuse it. So, you know, we call them ephemera holders. We put a bunch of, you know, definitely ephemera in them. But I ended up putting 24 pages, 24 book page is in about, I think it's 6 pieces of paper, 12 pages in 2 sections each, so that we could write on it. Like, I mean, the back of each page has a section to write on. It has journal cards in it to write on. It's not like we're not short of any of that. I want to make sure, I mean, I know I wrote it there, but we're going to go outside that. Oh, but to go outside that pocket and not get it caught every 5 seconds, I think I'm actually going to corner it. Yeah, it overlaps a little. Maybe we do overlapping first. But more and more, we're creating folios and ephemera holders and things to put all these pretties in, and then, you know, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's a journal. I mean, I've made just journals. Done quite a few of just journals. We've done ephemera holders. We've done, I mean, that floral dream kit. I mean, we did a mini journal, just papers. We did a sort of a traveler's notebook journal. We did a large ephemera, like secretarial piece. So yeah, that one has had quite a few options, which has been quite nice. Now I'm feeling like this all needs to be glued down, both on the page and in the pocket wise, because I'm just like, yeah, I want to make sure that nothing really falls out. If we can tuck it right, it'll stay put. I would say maybe not and let it be its own whatever, but I want to make sure that we get it. I don't think I want a complete side tuck. I don't know. I can leave it open to where it would completely, but I already closed that one section down. Well, we really can't go too far in, so I think we're just gonna glue it down. But what I wanted to do was make it circle in the bottom, so that, or corner it. Interesting place to corner, I know, but I want it to have the same. I want it to continue on with that same feel and not obviously look like we're in the wrong section. But yes, for this day and age, it's just cute stuff. It's little stuff. I don't think, because a lot of us don't always have time to write in a full journal. I wish I did. I will make them. I have them. I'm like, oh, I'm in a journal. I have found so many started journals. Journals where I've started just a few pages in. My grief journal's about halfway through. I'm actually sort of impressed, but after 3 years, yeah, no, it's halfway through. There's not a lot of pages in there. Have not gotten as far as I probably should have in that one. And as it is, I'm in the middle of an entry. I just realized I didn't finish an entry. Life, right? I guess it's good that I'm busy. But anyway. So yeah, I mean, I have found a number of journals. I wrote in one journal because I thought we were going to I thought after a night or two, I was going to play D&D more often with my husband and his friends when we were first married. Oh my gosh, I had to come up with we had to come up with, I think we played one night, and then we were going to play again. I had to come up with a backstory, and oh my gosh, it was sort of funny. I started reading, and I'm like, what story? Because I used to write a lot of stories when I was little. I actually really loved writing stories when I was little. And at least up until about into junior high, right? I think that sort of slowed down considerably once we hit 7th and 8th grade. But I wrote stories all the time. So when we got a computer and I could type it out, I was so stoked because, oh my gosh. Not that it did a lot of autocorrecting or anything like that, but man, was I stoked that, I could type it and not have to write it all. But I had found, I found this come across, and I was like, what story is this? And then I was like, oh no, wait a minute, looking at the date. This was supposed to be my backlog, my backstory to my character for D&D. Oh my gosh. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, oh, okay. All right. So I could put a gusset on one end a little bit. But I think I'm going to put it in here because I want to definitely have some fun with it. And who knows what little thing. Sorry, I'm looking for. There we go. I think we could have a little fun with a tiny little something. I'm bound to have something left over. So maybe we'll tuck a little something into it. I even have a tall, skinny Belle over here in his ephemera. He has a collage page, which when you print it on cardstock, is actually a really great little piece of ephemera, little ephemera pieces that you can use. I think that's how we're going to get some of what we need is going to come out of that. And I just realized, yes, okay. I guess we can. I don't know. I just realized, am I supposed to glue that down? No, maybe not. Not there. There we go. I was like, wait, I think I'm closing it. If I'm not careful, I don't want to close the wrong spot, and then you end up making it that much smaller. So we took the corner pocket that was a little too long, made it look like it was folded back, right? I know, it's funny how it sticks, but it doesn't stick. So, one done right. There we go. I want to make sure we're going to put something cute and little in there like that, right? Can you see? Let's see something here. Let's try that. Sorry, guys. Lately, I feel like I've probably been a little far away. But then, I've been known to go too close, and then you guys don't see anything. So anyway, we got a tiny little pocket here, which I think will make for a wonderful... So we've got that taken care of. That's all. So we have this pocket. What we're putting in it, no clue. Why not? But technically, I think it fits. Not quite. If I trimmed it a little bit, I think it would just fit. Because of all the gaps that I do it. And then, yeah, I mean, it fits there. But we could put a large journal card. If I can find the right one, or reprint one, or create one, I think we could do we could put a large journal card in there. Okay, then this lovely little guy. It decides how the rest of this works out. Am I inked? I am inked. Okay, at least I got that part done. I'm like, he has a good sense of distressing on it, and so I don't need a whole lot. I'm so used to mine. I'm going to have to get crafty here. Now, he does have an and I'm doing everything I can to sort of cut that exact space out, because he does have things lined up quite well, to where a certain part of his body is showing in the right spot. So if you do this correctly, he should sit in here. No, it goes all the way up, doesn't it? Oh, it does. It goes right underneath his collar. So if we do this right, and I glue it right, he should sit right in his pocket, and he will look like one continuous journal card until you pull it out and you realize that there's a hidden message in there. So, yay. Loving that. These are always adorable. A number of people have created them. So I'm glad he's been adding a few decorative pieces to his, kits. Haven't really bothered to do them. I do a different type of one where you get the backing, a large pocket, and then an ephemera card to go in it, but they're just complimentary. I don't have a hidden graphic in there where you can, looks like one all piece until you pull it out. I think it's like considered a hidden journal card or hidden writing space. I think it's what it's supposed to be. Ah! I love that when you think you're holding it and I see there's a piece of glitter on like my cheek and I'm catching it in the light. Oh yes, glitter everywhere. So I'm just scoring it using one of my pointy tools. It's great for, I mean, it's good for a number of things, but like, you know, usually you see things like that in the nail salons more than anything. That's how they make their dots and their flowers and all that for their pedicures and their, well, they do all their lovely little things. So now, fun part is figuring out exactly where it's supposed to go. See, if I sit it in just right, it just about lines up. Not perfect, and that could be for a number of reasons, and nothing on the design part. It's more on the human error side. But what I'm thinking about doing, since I think that's where I want it to go, I'm going to make a mark side and bottom, so I know where to sort of, I'll carefully erase that when I'm done. So I know sort of where to put it, so I don't over or underestimate and then not give myself enough pocket or have his journal card sticking out. Not that I can't, but this one I went more clean. Like the first one, we had that extra little umph on the top of the file folder. We kept the interesting tab section in place and worked it in the end. I wasn't so sure, so the rest of them I kept nice and clean, and we don't have any obvious tabs showing. We decided to remove all tabby stuff and simply just keep it a nice clean file folder rectangle, so that you know, we weren't doing that. It's hard enough to fold these things. Oh my gosh, these are, you know, our new ones are, when you put paper and stuff on them, they're pretty stout. You have some trials and tribulations. Trials and tribulations. Tribulations probably not the right word. A lot of trials trying to get this in here. So it's really hard when this pattern is continuous and you're trying to figure out, okay, beautiful, there he is. So I could put a tab on him up here to help him to pull it out so you know to do so. But, okay, so here it is. Nope. It's ripped in a way that I'm not so sure I like the white. So we're going to have to definitely cover it up. And there's nothing for me to really do. There we go. Let's see. Too wide? A little too wide, so we need to trim that down a little bit. We will... The shoes are cute, but I mean, I could just trim off the top and make a huge side hole so you know that there's another spot. It is a thinner paper, so we go with something light. We put the hole over here that we know that maybe it's something more vertical. Or I go shorter so we don't block too much of his feet when we put something in there. Decisions, right? I think I'm cutting it short. I think I'm going to cut it short, and I wish there was something on the back side of this, which I know there isn't. I don't think I backed it. I'm trying to see if I could figure out where I had sort of indented with my finger. Haha. Do that. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, probably telling me to move. I'm all, why did my Fitbit go off? You've been sitting for too long. You've been sitting for too long. I know. Just a little bit. Yummy. Okay, ink it everywhere because we want dimension. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you all for watching. I had a lot of people watch the last few episodes, fall things. The last two videos on that colorful pumpkin everything went really well. Hopefully some of you at least took a peek edit. Oh, it does have something on the back, but not what I'd want on the back. I think it was one of the first things I played with and realized it was the wrong direction. I mean, I could double up on it just for dimension, to see if I could get that, whatever. Put some lace underneath it. I could have some fun with this one, actually. Let's see. All right, so yeah, I'm just layering the same pattern, but it's in different places. There's a rip. We put some lace underneath it, and we just get a nice pocket that just happens to show up. I said, yeah, I backed a lot of things with certain pages, not knowing what I'd be doing with all of it. So let that sit inside, put some lace underneath it. I've been hoarding this one piece of lace, and I'm just like, don't know what to do with it, don't know what to do with it, and now I'm wondering if I figured it out, but now I have to find it. There's a pile over here, guys. A pile of stuff, very springy, very whites and greens and pinks and whatever for the altered book. But sometimes I'm like, I need. So I don't know whether to do the white underneath, because it is very white, but there is white here, so a very light, airy, do it just to match up so we can see it. Plus it helps do its thing. I am not going to guess it, second guess it anymore, or try not to. Really try not to. The problem is I notice I do use a lot of the same thing when if I don't second guess it, I do use a lot of the same stuff. I go, nope, find new things. So you don't have it for something else. You're using it all in one shot. But I hope you're doing well. I know, let's see, this is, should be a Thursday. So starting Monday is officially fall. Being Thursday, yeah, so we're expecting bits of rain today into tomorrow. We'll see. It's a little overcast out. We'll see if it actually becomes rain, if it's just going to be like really weird fog. You love when the app says precipitation and you're like, well, that really wasn't rain, but okay. So we'll see what that turns out to be. I love how we have this little bit where you can see it. So it'll be interesting to see what we get the next 2 days. But yeah, it was 91 yesterday, and it's going to be maybe 79 today. But with the moisture and the overcast, I think it's going to be muggy, which is not, which happened last time. It got overcast, but it got muggy out. I'm like, what? Yeah, really not helpful. Now I have a green, but I think it's still. It's not this green. I think it's. I mean, it's. What to do? Hold on. I'm pulling from the stash. I think it's too mint. Yeah, well, it might. There's so much green in here. We have so many different greens. I was just curious if whether or not. Yeah, I want that pop. I really do, actually. I want that. So we're just going to try to make this paper pocket a little thicker by adding some layers and on itself. And the lace and the trim, just so that when we put something in and out of it, it doesn't rip every chance we get. And all is good. So no, there is no, of course, tutorial kind of thing today. We are at these, I already sort of laid out, and I think I measured and showed you guys. So I will connect the original video for this design to the end credit. I believe it left, when I do the preferred video or next video suggestion, I will put the Joey Card Maker, file folder creation here on there, because I believe I went through just trying to figure out sizes and all that jazz when I made these up. But really, I'm just using I happen to be using actually our pastel spring ones. They're so muted and they're such a great color. We have this cool green. We had the mintier. I think I used green for 2 of them. Here it looks more green. The other one it picks up on more mint, which isn't that amazing. I mean, I think they're the same. I don't know. We had a couple different things. So let's see. Is it the same? It is. It is the same green, and it's amazing how it looks so much more mint here because of the coloring. And here it picks up more green, more of the yellow. So I love the green one. We have a pale blue, and it's a blue-gray. We have gray. And then we have, I don't have the red one, but we have sort of a darker reddish skin tone-y color, and a peachy skin tone one in our kits. And so, they're great little, we had 5 colors. Each one's a different tab section because they're 3 tabbed ordeals. So I try to give you a variety so it's not one or the other, but you don't get all left tab or all right tab, which I could do, but I try not to. I try to give you a variety if I can help it. So that is not... It's doable. You get you can do different things with them. Sometimes we want the tabs in certain places, or we want to cut it. So what I ended up doing with the colorful pumpkin was I used what little tab was left, and you know, we utilized it on the end of each journal card to help it stick out. I'm sorry, I'm feeling glue that I don't want down. All right, so after all that, I did not put a hole punch in it, so I don't know whether I'm just going to leave it as... I don't know, after all that, I just want it decorative. I don't even know if I want to... make it a pocket, but I think it's going to get really hard. If I don't put it up high enough, I think it's going to get really hard to get into. You're not going to be able to get into it. But the last thing I want to do now is put a hole in there. Yeah. I don't know yet. I love it. It's absolutely adorable. But I don't know that's what I want to do with it. So let's go on to this concept and see what comes of it. Right, sorry, who knows? I mean, I have this due date thing. Doesn't mean we have to see the due date. It could go up here as an up tuck and 2 side tucks. But then we sort of lose. If I put that as an up tuck here, yeah, that makes it a little hard. I don't cut it off. I can make it, I mean, I can't, I mean, yes, I can still make it a decorative piece to the top and cut it, I think just cut it off. Then I have this big gap down here, but this doesn't feel like the right thing anymore. It's super cute, came up a little short though, so it fits right underneath there, which makes it really hard because this is gusseted, that has a gusset that it's not going to make it easy to get into. So I either put it up here and shorten it, still have to shorten it, as a small tuck up here, even though we'll have a larger one here. That's definitely contrast. Put it here as a belly band. I found something else to tuck in here long. Because if I trim it off to match instead of having it set inside. I don't know. Alright, super cute thing, but that wasn't what I wanted it to be down below. Adorable little piece. Just don't know what to do with it now. Hold on. Another thought. I just don't want to cut it. I can offset it. I can center it. I feel like when you put something else, like a torn piece of book page or something behind it, I mean, we could decorate up this thinner index card to make it a more stout, you know, journal card piece. Yeah, there's hordes of different things I could do with that and not sure what to do with it. Isn't that amazing? Lots of options, no options at all. Okay, so what I want to do here, we don't need this excess brown that happens to be off to the side. Love it as a piece though. Yeah, tack it on to something. Now, I don't want to do too much inking, but there we go. Sometimes we can cut it and get a little less white. It's supposed to cut down and rip downward so you don't have that lift of color, so we'll see. Now I'm thinking I'm better to slightly rip by hand. But again, I gotta make sure I'm folding it, I'm doing it in the right direction to where I don't get too much white, which is easier said than done, especially when I'm left-handed. There we go. Well, not exactly what I was hoping, but probably a good idea because if I go too close, I won't have much of a pocket. This at least gives me a nice, decent pocket that can be removed a little bit. Let's see if I can get that white out of the way. There we go. No, I have a bright red, but I don't have a darker red, and I don't think I want to ink anything with it. So we're going to keep to the vintage going on here. But yeah, there is a to-do on this lovely thing. I believe we sort of mass-maked the basics, the flats, and then we just start decorating with that pretty teal one. Alright, so the idea is to go here, right? Voila. I have no more. Oh, okay. And then, and really we're doubling up on them. So we have no problem doing 2 of them. It does say due date up there, or date due, which I might cover. I'm like, I might cover. I love the color of these things. There we have a whole vintage style. I even made a digital version of them. So I think I changed the top. Yeah, I changed the top on these. I made my own variation, sort of created my own, took the inspiration off these hard copies that we found and made some digital versions of similar coloring in the green, the red, and the brown. So that you can have, that would be single-sided. These are double-sided and they're decent thickness. Oh, there's a little bit more of a brownie green to that side. I like that one better. Wait, I think I took it for the green. Yeah, I wanted the green. So yeah, it's very unique, right? Again, it's just paper, so we do want to be careful. They're not backed with anything. They're just definitely going to be a nice light jerk pocket on a thicker piece of ephemera. That's where we got these library cards and due date cards and things like that, because we felt they'd be really fun to, so yeah, we do it like that. Then it lets me to do a little bit of a flat decor up here if I want and still tuck something in. I could drop it so they are closer. You can even put one under the other. That's pretty. And then it allows me to put something like this in there and whatnot. I was trying to see what I had was cut. But like, yeah, it allows me to do, yeah, little journal card type things, which we'll keep cutting. Okay, so let's get these glued. I feel bad. I've been sort of leaving my ink open a lot lately. I mean, I'm out here working, but still, I feel bad. I mean, I don't know if it's drying it out with all the heat and the fans on. You're seeing, right? Yeah, close. I'll bring it up. Yeah, it just keeps junking up. Oh, I hate when this happens, because then I end up taking the ball point out. Come on. Really? Well, I had glue on it, and so then it got stuck. There we go. You gotta be careful when you do poke things in and out, and then you go back in there. You can totally, there we go, you know, get caught, because now the pin is thicker than the hole, because it has a layer of glue on it. But I did realize after a little time, if it sits here long enough, these pins, as much as I love them, and we use them for our laces, they do rust. They're not stainless steel. It's funny that stainless steel is really soft and it doesn't do well, but you need like the other pins to, come on, there we go. Oh, I see possibilities lately, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing scraps to my size. I have a feeling, yeah, we're definitely going to be decorating up that green, gorgeous green, blue-green index card. We found these huge assortment of index cards. They're a little thin. They're more of an index paper, well, index card, but a thin index card. They're a little more papery than I was hoping, but makes it easy to fold them in half like we did with the other one and cover them up and make little booklets out of them. They are great to layer then with, because then you don't feel like you're getting super thick with them, and you can do more with them. So we're going to use the lines as our, there we go. There we go. All right, so there's our double pocket. But see, I saw this, and I'm wondering, haha. Now, I'm going to round the outer corners of this one. If I'm going to make it a pocket in any sort of thing, I want to round the corners, which I hate when I do that, but keep these straight because they are along the line. Maybe just slightly. I think we're using 1/4 inch for the most part. I didn't go much beyond that because, there we go, yeah. I didn't feel like the half was necessary. Some I might have done a half with and then ended up changing my mind. So here's our, there we go, yeah. So if we glue it down here, right, we have the potential of a tuck here. We have 2 pockets here. We are going to, let's see, what do we have? Oh, it's very white. Let's see. No, and that's horizontal. I could cut it, but I'm trying to see what I had. This has gotten very dark in our accents, so I'm feeling like even a tree and, you know, handmade, and you know, we might definitely cover up that potential of I think there's some other pieces. We'll see. But I mean, I'm thinking this is going to need something. We need to get some greenery. We need to get something up there. So let's see. See, he's adorable. So he would fit down there if I wanted to. I just have to do all the cutouts. This is just something else. This is gorgeous though. It's pretty. It's muted. Then it's just getting something to offset it. Okay, well there's potential. I always love potential. I was thinking about a tab, huh? But that is really dark. It's a little bright, but I think that could work. Do I have a thicker one? I do. I printed some and then, ooh, the writing one is sort of pretty. Right color. Okay. So let's do that. Sorry, I've been probably clearing my throat more than I realized. Got something stuck on the back of it this morning. Went to eat something and it caught sort of weird and you sort of cough and then tried to drink water and I didn't really sneeze, but it makes me wonder where I got it caught. Like, really? So you just feel it all day and I sooner or later, I probably need to get tea or something in there. Tried gurgling a little bit, but no, I don't do that very well, so. Let's see. Now, I always hate cutting these. I mean, it's operator error. They say you should fold them and cut them together, but that's still, unless you glue them, isn't perfect because things move even when you cut. So, don't really know if there's, I mean, I struggle with my own, let alone anybody else's, but let's see. We'll see if how well I do here. I mean, once it's down, you can go back and trim them and make them match up a little bit where they do show. And then, you know, but what I'm thinking, besides that, was that we had this, right? And it's just, is it the right, it is the right size if I ink it or tweak it, even that white. But, I'm liking that. I even like the white a little bit, actually. Pulls for that. Brown corners. We have a really fun journal card that does not fit in there. But it would fit over here. Okay, so I like that idea. Okay, so we are getting somewhere. Little by little. Oh, yes. We were trying to make a tab that may or may not line up, right? For our guy up here. So he will stick out. I can't go out with him. I could bring it down. Once I got it down, I could, hate to cover his little ball up there, but I could do it where it lines up to actually it's just straight up the side. Okay, I think I like that idea. Okay, we're just going for it. It was supposed to be the cover, but I decided that while I was thinking about it and the ideas were flowing, you don't really stop. Like you go, that is what's speaking to me, so I might as well do it. Because if you stop and you go do something else and then you try to come back to it, you won't remember what inspiration was. Rarely. I have that problem doing digitals. I have that problem with this. I, stop and do whatever, and then I go, oh, well, now I don't remember what that was about, or I don't remember what I was supposed to be doing. And I didn't get what I want done. Alright, there's that. No matters. Let's go. I might actually, let's see if it'll work. Didn't cut it straight at all, but I'm going to see if I can get a better, not quite, there we go. Get a little bit of a better round on that. Let's get some ink in here where there's a little bit of white, right? Not too bad. In the end, the way I folded it, I didn't do too bad on the white. There's a little bit, and I'm going to have to fix that. It's one thing when you cut it, what are you going to do, right? Come on. But there's always one end that's shorter than the other, and you have to go back in and cut. That's okay. Joy of paper crafts. We could just go, well, all right. And that's what we're doing. Yeah. It all moves, no matter what you do. All right, there we go. So we now have this cute little guy. So if I come up with a little something else to decorate that, we might, but we do have that tab. I love this as an option up here for decor to bring another color in. I just have to decide what's going on that. I have words. Did I bring Christmas words? I have a number 25. Oh, I do have that. I forgot I pulled out some of my own pieces. I have a huge circle, but that might be too much. I have a 25, which it's a definitely interesting color, but we don't have any of that color going on anywhere, so maybe not. It's pretty. Not much. I'm trying to see if I could get the 20. I got the 25 up there. Make it very much a Christmas folio piece, because I don't need the 25. If I decide to make another Advent idea book, I don't need the 25. And it's not like I can't make more. It is a due date. His due date, right? He's due to arrive, but if I put the 25 in there, we got to figure out what to back it with. Whether it be paper or whether it be ribbon or lace or something. I do have this piece, this paper here. I have a little piece of it. It ends up being sort of thing about covering it. I don't know if I have any small pieces of it though. Wow, oh, little pieces. Anyway, it was wrapping paper, and I could keep it dark and torn, or I can go light to match. So it's not so obnoxious, right? We don't want that. So, oh, there's tape right there. I am like, why can't I use that? Not a bad thing, I just can't tear it where it's taped. Alright, we'll figure it out. I don't want the recyclable part. I think I'm gonna have to fussy cut it. I'm gonna have to use a decal cutter for this one, I think. Because of the tape. I see a couple different things. I see some squares and I see some rounds. So we're gonna work on both. We have the potential of a round, which I sort of like, and ink it and offset it. That might actually work just nicely, actually. And I'll hold on to this for something else. Well, yeah, make sure we use the decal cutter, and that'll take care of that problem. And I even pulled aside some of his, him as in Tim Holtz, laminate rubs for Christmas, but they are black, so we need really light backgrounds, or you have to put it on a white piece of paper, or a cream piece of paper, and cut it out, and then put it down like a tab, like any other label. Oh, there's my words. I was like, do I have any words? Yeah. Doesn't mean I couldn't do 'Twas the Night Before, since we had the cute little guy. No, I'm heading this way, so we're gonna stick with it. I'll put the 'Twas the Night Before on something else, or Stocking Song, or something like that. We'll put it on a something else. Make this very much a Christmas thing, right? How am I doing? Oh, an hour and 4. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm just like Thursday morning, long craft. Didn't mean to. Totally lost track of time. I guess that's what happens when you start sidetracking 16 minutes in, along with a, shop promotion. Which is what I have to do, though, ladies and gentlemen. I am trying to stay home with the kiddos and do what I can. Both craft and sell and keep the shop going and see how this season goes. speaking of which. So, but to do that means I have to promote the shop. So, promote what I'm crafting, promote what my mom's crafting, promote what we use, what we sell, what we put in the shop for you guys. This was all for, you know, we use these things, but, you know, we used them, so we had a huge amount of them. You guys always wondered where we got them from, but no one, you know, not everybody has access to the vendors that we do. Not everybody wants hundreds of something. We don't want hundreds of something, so I thought the idea of sharing it and going, well, here, let's work together here, became quite excitable, because it meant, you know, you guys could get small samples of it, you could decide if you liked it, you could have little projects with it, didn't feel like you had to make a lot with it. The reason I'm using the fabric tag right now is because there is tape on the underside of this, more likely for it to stick. I'm like, more likely that's going to stick if I use the fabric tack. So yeah, we created the store, you know, a year and a half ago to give everybody who, you know, maybe never left the house or didn't have certain shops, things like that at their disposal. We wanted to give you guys that option. So we created it, and we purchase it and tweak it and work it and bundle it and, you know, make fun things out of it and hope that you guys get to utilize them and give you ideas. And so here we go. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, apparently I'm up and over. We have this. We're going to glue it down and leaving it open on this side, just like we did the last one. So we have pockets here, and we have a large pocket here. We have a pocket here with a little tuck here. We have our hidden message one here. I'm not sure what we're doing down below. I'm now going to have to do something to decorate the bottom, I think, of this one. This little guy is now a little too wide to go in any of these pockets, but once we get him decorated, he's going to be a nice decorative piece. I think we'll start the pocket over here. We'll have to find another large tag to go behind him. And away we go. So thank you so very much for joining with me today. My long, unexpected Thursday decor here. I'm not sure what we're doing on Saturday. So it may be today and it may be tomorrow's reveal of the two journal kits that are the two journals that are done. And I don't know about Saturday. I have no idea what we're going to do. All I have is these projects going on right now is these little file folders. So if I come up with something else real quick, maybe quick tutorial, I will do so on Saturday. Otherwise, keep an eye out for me next Tuesday as I have more time, and we will come up with the next project and or process. So love you all very much. Thank you so much for joining, liking, loving, commenting, hitting notifications, the bells, all that, so you know what's going on. And we will go from there. Maybe I'll do a short on the cover for this one again, since we didn't get to it. So love you all very much. Or I'm going to do covers. I'm rambling. I'm going to let you guys go. Love you all very much. Bye-bye.